Greetings, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please do consider to subscribe. Today, I want to talk about how to deal with bullies in a workplace. Bully, according to Google, is defined as seek to harm, intimidate, or to coerce someone who is perceived to be vulnerable. You can be weak, maybe emotionally, physically, or you can be in a vulnerable situation in a workplace, especially because, you know, maybe you are a junior and thus you are regarded as vulnerable in that position. So I just want to talk about few tips on how to deal with the situation, in particular in a workplace, because there are just too many bullies everywhere. I've realized that, there are bullies at school, there are bullies in families, there are bullies in churches, there are bullies in a workplace. Now, I want to specifically talk about how to deal with the situation in a workplace. And let me hasten to mention that I am not an expert in this area. I just want to talk about my personal experience and the experiences of other people that I encountered, that I shared the issue with. Number one, the most important thing is stand up for yourselves. Stand up for yourself. Because what I've realized about bullies are cowards. Bullies are people who are insecure. For as long as they bully you, you'll not realize that actually this person, is scared of me. It's when they talk, when they raise their voices, when they charge on you, when you begin to think that, maybe it means that they can beat me up or they can devastate me or something like that. But if you decide I am standing up for myself, is then that you will begin to realize that this person is not as brave as I thought. Especially if naturally you're a polite person, bullies will take advantage of you because of your politeness. And I'm not saying people should not be polite, but there is time to be polite, but there is time where you have to stamp your feet, where you have to say enough is enough, and you don't even have to allow it to go far. From personal experience, I've realized that, when people bully me, just when they say one word and I respond back and say why, sometimes you don't even have to use ugly words. If you just say why, they back off because they realize that, this is not the type of person that I can mess up with. You have to show them your other side. We all have another side, even if you are polite, as I said, but we all have that side whereby we can deal with the situation. Show them that side. Confront the bully. Confront the bully verbally, confront the bully even in writing, because we're talking about the workplace. I'm going to give an example of a young man called David who was bullied at school. He said these people, they bullied him for so long, but one day he just lost his cool. He lost it, and he grabbed the bully and he charged the bully, and they were so scared. It was actually not one bully, it was a number of them who used to bully him. Every time when he passes in the schoolyard, they'll be making this mean comment about him until he got angry and he grabbed this person. Now, here I'm not advocating for violence. I'm just giving an example of a young man who had had enough. And one day he just lost his cool because it was not like he was scared of the police. He was not scared of the police. He was just avoiding confrontation. He was just avoiding a fight. But when he was very, very angry, he just lost his cool. And that was the last of it. That was the last time they bullied him. And he was actually, when he told me this story, he was so surprised that it immediately stopped. And he was like, I could have long handled the situation this way, but I didn't because I was scared. I didn't want to be fighting at school. I didn't want my mother to be called by the principal to come and listen to what I've been doing at school, which I knew I was not supposed to do. But this time, because he was very, very angry, he couldn't even think straight. And that was the end of it. Now, the second thing that you can do, remember, we are talking about how to deal with bullies in a workplace. Keep a record of incidents, journal all the events, put it down in writing. If possible, you can even have a file whereby if there's a communication, email communication, you file, you print it and you put it in that file. Um, and also journal it, put everything down in writing to say this is what happened on this day, this is how I responded, and so on and so forth. Because sometimes if you just allow the bully to keep on bullying you, some of the events you may forget. But if you realize that this is not about to stop now, start to keep a record. File whatever you have to file, journal whatever you have to journal, all the incidents. And the third thing is tell someone at the workplace, someone that you can trust. And the idea of telling someone is not to gossip about this person, especially if it's your boss or if it's a senior person or a colleague. It doesn't matter. It's at the workplace. Tell someone that you can trust so that later you can use this person's as a witness in your case if need be. You may find out that you are not the only one who is bullied. Maybe if you begin to open up and confide to this person, you may also find out this person is also being bullied and you are not aware. So obviously, automatically, it means that you'll have an ally regarding the situation. This person, once you have confided to them, once you have told them, they may help you at a later stage to corroborate your story, and thus your case will be stronger. Now, let's talk about a situation whereby you are, what is it called? Gang bullied. You are bullied by not only one person, but you are bullied by almost every person at work. A team that you work with, they gang up against you and they bully you. Reason could be, there's a lot of things that they are doing wrong, and you are not part of it. So you become a threat to this group. They know that they are not doing what they are supposed to do. So it's like now you are a sore thumb in the group. You're the only person who's doing the right thing. What I want to advise you is that don't compromise your position. Stick to what you know is right. Because you know what? Karma will catch up with them at a later stage. Let them continue to enjoy this fruit. Sometimes it's not easy. Especially if you are doing the right thing, and at the end of the day, these are the people who get more pay, who get credit, and here you are trying to do the right thing, but you are not being recognized, you are not being acknowledged, because some of these people, they know how to play the game. And the reason why they are bullying you is because they are trying to push you out of the system, because you are a problem. According to them, you are a problem, because how come you're not doing what they are doing? They don't know what is it that you will do in future. Maybe you'll expose them. They don't know. But at the end of the day, because of their behavior, you are an obstacle to them. Because as far as they are concerned, everybody should be doing that thing that they are doing. And you, on the other hand, you want to take a higher road. And that becomes a problem to them. That becomes a problem to their plan. I know of situations whereby, you'll be the only person in the workplace where you are doing the right thing. Everybody else is doing whatever they want to do, wrongfully so. So they may be concerned that maybe one day you're going to be a whistleblower. Maybe one day you're going to expose them. So now they decide to bully you. Sometimes they can bully you directly or indirectly. Like if they avoid you, they don't include you in the group, they like resent you, they reject you. Whatever that they do, they don't include you. Even socially, you may realize that maybe socially they relate with each other outside the office and you are not included. You'll also realize that in a case where, for example, there's a WhatsApp group, some of the things are discussed outside the WhatsApp. When the issue is brought to the WhatsApp group, it's only to formalize everything, and you'll be the only one responding. But otherwise, they have taken a decision somewhere and they just want to use you because at the end of the day, you have to say something as part of the group. So, them bringing that issue to the WhatsApp group is just a matter of, it's just to formalize it because otherwise they have to include you. But they know that they have to include you. So for me, bullying is also a form of emotional abuse because you can imagine if you work with people and they exclude you, they resent you, they sideline you. You're the only one in the group who is not included, who doesn't know you. Sometimes you become the last person to know about what's happening. Sometimes you don't even know what's happening, but you can read between the lines that everybody knows. I'm the only one who did not know about the story. It's part of bullying, it's emotional abuse, and it happens a lot in the workplace. Now, finally, what you can do when you have tried everything, when you've tried standing up for yourself, when you've tried confrontation, when you, in the process, you've been journaling, you've been keeping a record, you can approach HR, report the matter to the HR, let them know and see how they will deal with the matter because they should deal with that matter. And also, you need to also check if maybe there is a policy regarding bullying because some workplaces may have a policy on bullying. Study that policy and begin to take the necessary step, bearing in mind that somewhere you were journaling, somewhere you were keeping a record. So it is at this stage when you have exhausted everything, when you approach HR, where now you'll be able to bring your evidence because you've been journaling. I hope this assists you because wherever there are human beings, there are problems, but also there are solutions. So I spoke about how to deal with bullying in the workplace, but it also happens at school. It also happens everywhere where there are people. I thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe and even to press the notification bell so that whenever I post, you get to know about it. Thank you so much. God bless you.